can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give an F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Akita. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been in.
Good morning. Good morning. It is week 18. Mark, good. If you're in the chat, say good morning. Mark, Frank, good morning. Where did the season go, Frank? I don't know. It comes and it goes so quickly every year. Austin, good morning. CJ, Jim, I feel a big day coming. Jim, I agree with you. I really like this slate, like betting wise. Like I put out more like touchdown bets than usual. Like I'm feeling good today too, Jim. I agree with you. Sean, good morning. T Eds, Kevin, Matt, Austin, Nix. I feel like I'm loading Madden up. Yeah, no kidding. I'm with you there. Scott, good morning. RJ, True Love, Dewan, Leroy. Am I crazy for playing Fields and more in DraftKings Cash? I don't think you're crazy. So here's my thoughts on that. Mitchell, good morning. So here's my thoughts on that. Now I will preface this by saying a few times recently in the last few weeks, I've said I don't like this slate, and then my cash team just like dominates. So I will preface that by saying this week specifically, how things have shook out here, I don't think it's a great cash game week just because I think it's going to be one of those weeks where everyone has the same team in double ups. So I think that specifically this week, it's better to play head-to-heads than the double-ups just because I think that the same team that everyone's playing, it's going to just be just a massive train of teams. Lady B. Smith, good morning. Bo, good morning. So I don't think you're crazy to play Fields and more just because so many people are going to be playing the same team that if like one thing goes wrong, you're going to be able to pass a large number of lineups. Now, on the flip side of that, I don't like playing like a 1v1 or a 2v2 off of like the train team in cash. I think that gets a little risky, but I don't think you're crazy to play Fields and DJ Moore. I love Fields and DJ Moore today anyways. So if you want to just go all in, play him in cash, I think that's fine. Mid-price Kirk on FanDuel, yeah, as long as he is, which I'm assuming he's going to be active. They activated him, all that stuff. Sounds like he's going to be. As long as we get a positive report that he's not going to be like limited in any way. I mean, I think on DraftKings and FanDuel, you are definitely playing Christian Kirk at least in cash games. Let's get Baker in the playoffs. Yeah, I think I don't know, man. The people that I respect in the gambling industry, I haven't taken a side of that game. But the people that I respect are on Carolina, which, Mitchell, you're in the Discord, so you know. We went down that Carolina road last week, and it did not work out well. It did not. Do you think they upset the Packers today? Yeah, if I had to pick one upset today, I think I would pick the Bears over the Packers. I think that is my favorite. I think Bears over the Packers, or Yeah, it might be Bears over the Packers might be my favorite upset today. And if I had to pick one, that's probably what I would pick. Is Jared gonna shout DJ Moore? Yeah. So yeah, DJ Moore did have a rough game week 1 against the Packers, but I don't want to put too much stock into that because if you look at the Chicago Bears, right, compared to where they were even 8 weeks ago, it to me feels like completely different situation, completely different team. So if you want to extrapolate that all the way back to week 1, completely different situation, completely different team. We've gotten to a point in the season where Justin Fields knew he was playing for his job. Everyone thought that they would be sellers at the deadline, and instead they bought Montez Sweat, right? They've played really, really good football. The Chicago Bears have been one of the best teams in the NFL, honestly, in my opinion, over the last 4 weeks. Now, unfortunately, their hole was so deep they couldn't dig out of it and get into the playoffs. I think that they still could if they won, but they would need crazy things to happen. I don't know. Someone that's in those streets in terms of that stuff might know. I think maybe there's a chance if they won today and crazy stuff happened, they could get in. But the hole was just too deep for them to get out. But they've played really, really good. Justin Fields has been playing for his job and been playing the best football of his career. DJ Moore has been playing the best football of his career. So I don't want to put too much stock into that week 1 game. I'm not worried about DJ Moore going up against Jaire Alexander. I'm not worried about that. I will say, though, I was talking things over with Matt. Matt brought up a good point that Fields has struggled against this Packers team in the past, specifically because of how they scheme their defense. Most teams play zone nowadays, but Green Bay, a lot of zone. They sit back, they make him process information, and that leads him to making mistakes. He has had really, really good success running on Green Bay, but again, I'm willing to adjust my priors when it comes to Justin Fields. I mean, he's been playing really, really good, and I don't think he's going to be overly owned. If this was one of the weeks where, Justin Fields is going to be the highest owned quarterback on the slate, maybe I would adjust my opinion. But I don't think he's going to be crazy owned, and that's when I'm willing to play Justin Fields because he can break off a 50-yard rushing touchdown and really, really mess things up. So I like him when he's not going to be the chalkiest quarterback on the slate. I'm not worried about the matchup. I do think they can win the game as well. I agree. Their defense has played decent. Everyone is on Love's incentives. Yeah. Look, I think that someone else asked about incentives too. I talked about this a little bit on the video I did on, I don't even know what day that was, Wednesday, but there's just no way to know if these teams are, one, motivated to pay these incentives out to players. But in the instance of Jordan Love and Geno Smith, where these guys get big money bonuses if they make the playoffs, I believe is the one you're referring to. I don't know. And this also goes along with the Dalton Schultz one last night, where Dalton Schultz needed whatever it was, 6 catches or something. It's if you're playing in a meaningless game, for today, Travis Kelce needs 16 yards to get something, right? It's a meaningless game. The Chiefs have already come out and said we're going to rest guys. The Chargers aren't playing for anything. So do I think that the Chiefs are going to go get Travis Kelce, who's won them Super Bowls and has always taken less money? Do I think that they're going to go and try and get him 16 yards before they take him out of the game? I do. I think that would make sense. When you get into these games like Houston last night, Green Bay, where Geno, Seattle, these are must win, and you're in the playoffs. I don't think that these guys care as much about an incentive when they're playing to get in the playoffs. When the Texans are playing in a must-win game to make the playoffs with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach, they're not in a position to try to feed Dalton Schultz 6 catches to get him some extra money when they're trying to make the playoffs. So Love specifically, I think you could throw it out the window. They want to win just to get in the playoffs. I'm not sure if he's going to be extra motivated by that money. Truth be told, didn't do any research this week. Pierre Strong, is he chalk and cash? Yeah, Pierre Strong will be chalky and cash. I don't think Kareem Hunt will play at all. And if I had to guess, I think we will see a very, very small amount of Jerome Ford. It sounds to me like Pierre Strong's going to get a lot of run today. So yes, I think Pierre Strong and Jordan Mason, I think, will both be pretty chalky in cash games today. I think the build, which I said this on the video as well, I think a lot of people will just be spending down at running back and spending up at receiver, I think, is what people are going to do today. I'm going to pull up our projections on my phone so I can just check if there was any updates to stuff here. I did see Alvin Kamara was out. I don't know what that really changes for me because I wasn't playing any Alvin Kamara. I guess it affects the Saints a little bit, but it's not a normal week. So like there's already good cheap running backs. Like I don't think we need to mess around with any of the Saints running backs because there's enough cheap guys. Thanks for your JSN call last week. I won because of it. That's awesome, Mark. Yeah, Pierre Strong, anytime touchdowns, interesting. Austin, for sure. I looked at that. I think some of the Chiefs guys, anytime touchdown could be interesting as well. Maybe, like a Justin Ross or Hardman, one of the receivers that will be playing a lot. I saw some pretty good odds. Like you can get some 4-1s, 5-1s on those guys. I think maybe that would be interesting as well. Would you go more cash lineup or tournament lineup in a 15 to 20 person DraftKings? Rob, can you tell me, give me the dynamics of this 15 to 20 person group? Is this you're just entering a 15 to 20 person group on the website, or is this with 15 to 20 of your friends? If it's with 15 to 20 of your friends, and assuming that they are doing minimal to less research than you just by tuning into the stream, I would say just play like a cashy type team. If you're playing a just public 15 to 20 man on DraftKings today specifically, I might skew a little more GPP just because I think that the chalk cash game team, like I think it's going to be really, really obvious and a lot of people are going to play it. So if it's a public league, I would probably go a little more GPP. If you're just playing against your friends that you think you can beat, I would just play safer. I would just play the better plays and then, challenge them to like make better plays than you, which I don't think that they probably would be able to. Whole slate, Josh Allen, Mason, and Strong. Or Fields, Zeke, and Rivers. Give me the first one, Jeff, for that. Paying down at running back on FanDuel. Sierra, man, good question. I think, I think it's probably similar to DK. DK, I'm for sure playing Strong and Mason, and then you could also throw Zamir White in that mix. FanDuel, I think you're playing Strong and probably Achane because you have that Miami Buffalo game and there's no Mostert. So I think you're playing Achane and Strong, and then you could go 3 running backs with Mason or Zamir White depending on the rest of your build. But Strong for me, lock on both sites. Mason lock on DraftKings, potentially lock on FanDuel. But I want to get Achane in on FanDuel just because there's no Mostert and they're playing in that late game. Probably how I would play that. Is Rivers a better cash play than Strong being the only guy there? No, I think I mean Sean McVay said that there's other guys are going to play like whatever that guy's name is, Royce Freeman and those other guys. I don't know. I think Ronnie Rivers will lead them in touches, but I think Strong will lead the Browns in touches as well. I don't know. I would lead Strong. He projects better slightly, and he's also. If it's cash, I would lean Strong. Tournaments, I think you can play Ronnie Rivers for sure. Love to hear some thoughts on Senate. Yeah, Bills Dolphins. I think the Bills will win. I think that Miami, depending on how things shake out in these early games, I think that we could see Miami rest a couple guys. We already know Waddle's out. We already know Mostert's out. Obviously, they're down like Bradley Chubb on D, who got injured last week. I think we could see. I'm not saying like Tyreek would rest or Tua, but I don't know. Would I be surprised if they didn't play the full game? I don't think I would. I think that Miami getting to the playoffs, being healthy, is more important to them than trying to get a home playoff game. I think that they would be more than comfortable going and playing Kansas City on the road or something like that. knowing that they're fully healthy than, playing a full out game tonight to try and get a home playoff game and like guys getting hurt. So I actually think it's more likely that Miami could maybe sit a few guys tonight or something. I think Buffalo will win. If you guys see on my screen, I have the money line predictor from BetKarma pulled up here. One of our tools. It's been live since the summer with baseball, but you can see it had Pittsburgh yesterday as a positive graded play. They won outright. It had Houston as one of the most positive graded plays. They won outright. Obviously likes Dallas to win today. Likes Jacksonville, Seattle, and the Chargers for positive graded plays. And Buffalo's right there. I mean, it's a slight difference, but does have Buffalo a 61% chance to win the game. So I think Buffalo wins tonight. Yes, here, man. Tyreek, fine on FanDuel, but me personally, I would probably have him behind. I don't know. I guess it's tough. I think I'd have him behind Jefferson personally. But yeah, it does look. I'm looking at it now. I mean, it looks like Tyreek's going to be pretty chalky on FanDuel, but I think I like Jefferson more, and I think I like Lamb more, and that's just my opinion. It looks like Tyreek's going to be higher owned. Obviously, no Waddle being the case there, but it's tough. It's tough. I think for cash, Sierra Man, you probably want Tyreek, but for tournaments, I'm fine playing those other guys. Top touchdown scores for me today: Rachaad White, Laporta, Derrick Henry. I like all those, David. I like Rachaad White a lot. I like Joe Mixon. I like Zamir White, Kenneth Walker. That was my 4 touchdown picks for today. Rachaad White at like even money seems crazy to me. I mean, we're talking about one of the worst run defenses in football. They've given up the most rushing touchdowns, must-win game, favored. Like Rachaad White at even money seems pretty crazy to me to score a touchdown today. And David, I know you're in the Discord, so I like I kind of like if you could take your favorite touchdown pick for today. Whoever's watching this doesn't have to be Rachaad White. Whoever your favorite touchdown pick is today, take them and then just pair them with Blake Corum anytime touchdown. It's like minus 400 tomorrow, but it just increases your odds. Blake Corum will be scoring a touchdown tomorrow. Barring injury is the only way I would say Blake Corum does not score a touchdown tomorrow. Because I think Michigan is going to run the ball all over Washington tomorrow. I don't know who's going to win the game. I'm probably not going to bet a side of the game, but I don't think Michigan will have any issues running the ball, and I definitely think Blake Corum will score a touchdown, given that's why he's minus 400 to score a touchdown. But just take your favorite touchdown player today and put him with Blake Corum tomorrow. Do you think there's a chance Mitchell plays more than anticipated? I mean, I think he'll play, but I don't know, man. Christian McCaffrey's banged up as it is, and Elijah Mitchell just gets hurt all the time. So I don't see why they want to risk those guys. So, I mean, I do think he'll play a little bit, but I doubt he plays a ton. I do think Jordan Mason will play the most there. Done playing Saints players this year? Yeah. Yeah, the Saints are annoying. I'm with you there. I like Olave and Shaheed today, but that's about it. I was looking at Justin Ross DraftKings lineup. Yeah, I think playing anyone in tournaments, any of those cheap guys over Christian Kirk, I think is fine. I think that's a good play, honestly, because everyone's going to be playing Christian Kirk, and if he just has like a 10-point DraftKings point game and you get someone that's down there that scores, 15, 16, definitely think that's fine. Justin Ross is certainly a good play. 2v2, DJ Moore, Bengals versus Zamir White, Dallas. Probably second one. I like Zamir White a lot today. If you guys are watching this, I tweeted out a bunch of bets I like for today. It's on my Twitter. I do want to add Zamir White there, but they haven't posted his prop. I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know if they're going to post it at all, but hopefully closer to the game we get like Zamir White rushing yards. I would really like to bet that because I think there's a chance he has like the most rushing yards of any running back today. I wonder, does FanDuel have that? You can just bet most rushing yards. I know sometimes like DraftKings has weekly specials. Let me check DraftKings. Is McBride the top tight end in cash? Yeah, I think McBride is fine. I think saving money's fine. Johnny Munt or I like Johnny Munt. I like Davis Allen from the Rams a little bit. I think he's kind of good. He's min price 2,500. So I think you could use him or Johnny Munt. But yeah, McBride is for sure in there. Pollard for cash is not really a cash play for me, Rob. I think DraftKings, I think I'm sticking pretty firm with Strong, Mason, Zamir White, and probably like I would put Rachaad White in there before I would put Pollard. That's probably like the 4 guys I'd consider, but I don't see myself playing Rachaad White in cash, but he would make my pool over Tony Pollard. 15 to 20 friends. Yeah, Rob, I just play like a cash team for sure. RJ, probably 3 running back week with these savings, I think. Oh, yeah, weekly leaders. Here we go. I found it. Weekly leaders on DraftKings. Who will have the most rushing yards? Zamir White, 14 to 1. I like that. Like that for sure. Might take a shot on that. Might take a shot on Zamir White, 14 to 1 most rushing yards on Sunday. All right, let's see where I was here. Who's getting fired tomorrow? Ron Rivera's getting fired tomorrow. Who's getting fired tomorrow? Ron Rivera. I think there's a chance Bill Belichick and the Patriots part ways. I think maybe Brian Daboll could get fired. Maybe not tomorrow, but I don't know. We already know Ron Rivera's getting fired tomorrow because they said that. Favorite wide receiver today, regardless of price. Jim, I'm on Justin Jefferson today, heavy. So I would probably say him. Other than Jefferson Lamb, who do you like DraftKings cash payups? Probably those 2, and then I'd throw Rachaad White in there, and then I would throw like Trey McBride. I guess you can consider a spend up because he's an expensive tight end. But I'm just gonna put Jefferson and Lamb in my cash lineup and see what happens. What's your guess on ownership for Kirk? Tournaments. I can see what we have him at. Let me see here. Let's take a look. Greg calling Corum out of piece. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Unless he gets hurt early in the game, I don't see how he doesn't score a touchdown tomorrow. Christian Kirk, we have almost 50%, so he's gonna be pretty crazy. Do you ever dabble in round robin bets? Sometimes. I thought about it today just because I like so many guys to score touchdowns. So I thought maybe doing a round robin with touchdown scores. I don't normally, but I did think about it today because there's 6 or 7 guys like I really like to score a touchdown. Did the Cowboys need to play starters today? Yes. Cowboys want to win today. Now, if they're up big in the second half, could I see them only playing 3 quarters? Yes, I could see that. But they do want to win, so they'll be out there and trying to do stuff for sure. Erickson, I think maybe if you were playing like the afternoon slate, I would consider that. Don't think you need to do that on the main slate. There's enough cheap guys. I don't think you need to consider that. RJ, probably the second one, to be honest, for cash, I think. I like Davis Allen more than him, CJ. Achane a strong FanDuel cash play. Yeah. Yeah, Troy, I think you want Achane in cash on FanDuel for sure. Cash game quarterback Mark. I mean, it looks like everyone's playing Mullins. I just don't love it. I'm just gonna be flat out with you guys. Everyone's playing Nick Mullins. I don't love it because I think there's like a 50-50 chance he gets benched in the game. If he throws like a pick, he could just get benched. So, I mean, I don't love that. FanDuel, I'm playing Josh Allen in cash on FanDuel. DraftKings, everyone is playing Mullins, but I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't want to play a guy that's 50-50 to get benched when I can just play Fields or Dak or something, you know? So I might have personally a little bit different build than everyone in cash because I just don't want to play Nick Mullins. He could get 25 DraftKings points at 5K and just absolutely burn me, but I just don't want to play a guy that could get benched. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Arthur Smith, yeah, Mark, that's a good call. He should get fired tomorrow, 100%. Favorite anytime touchdown, probably Rachaad White or I mean, I like all four guys I named a lot. If I had to pick my favorite, probably Rachaad or Joe Mixon. I feel like they're going to get Joe Mixon his 2 touchdowns today to get him this money because they have nothing else going on. Cash quarterback. Yeah, I think I was just talking about that, Brandon. I don't love it. I mean, the chalk team's going to have him, but I don't want to play someone that could get benched. I don't know. I'd rather play a little bit different build. Tim, good morning. Chalk defense, probably the Chargers if I had to guess. Bengals maybe too, but I guess people play Chargers for chalk defense. Jelly, I like Zamir over James Conner today. Trevor Lawrence is active also for you guys out there. Zay Jones is active. Dennis Allen gone. Mark, that's a good call. I don't know if they'll do it, but man, they should. Dennis Allen sucks. Christian Kirk is inactive. Did not end up getting through. So we don't need to worry about Christian Kirk and cash now. That's good. I think Zay Jones is someone can correct me. I think Zay Jones is 800 more. I think he's 3,800 on DraftKings. I like Zay Jones a little bit with that news. But that's good. We don't have to deal with the Christian Kirk stuff. You know, that obviously will change some things around. That increases the, you know, I think that you can use any of those KC guys. You have like Richie James, Justin Ross. You can look at those guys for cheap. You can look at Zay Jones, like I said, for 3,800. You can look at the San Fran guys. You have Ronnie Bell down there. You have Chris Conley down there. There's a number of cheap receivers that you can consider. But that definitely messes up the chalky cash build because everyone had, you know, Christian Kirk projecting for 50% ownership at 3K. You know, that changes some things. I still don't want to play Nick Mullins in cash. Tomlin for sure is safe. Vrabel, I would say is like 75-25 safe. Dennis Allen, I would say is like 60-40 safe. Arthur Smith should be fired. Ron Rivera fired. We already know. Arthur Smith should be fired. I think Bill Belichick is 50-50. I think Arthur Smith is 50-50. And Dennis Allen, I would give like 65-35 maybe. Dennis Allen should be fired, though. I don't think he's a good coach. So that should be a lock that he's fired. But I just don't know if the Saints are going to do that. Cheap receivers, I think I just named those guys. Bears should fire Eberflus and Getsy, especially Getsy. Yeah, Eberflus, I think I'm not like a big Eberflus guy, but the team has played hard for him down the stretch here. Like he hasn't lost the locker room because they've been playing hard. So I'm fine maybe to give him another year. 100,000% Luke Getsy needs fired. I am with you on that, Eric. Get rid of that guy. Get a different offensive coordinator in there. Draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Keep Justin Fields. Draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Get rid of Luke Getsy. Easy. That's all you got to do. Trade that number 1 pick, move down to 2 or 3, and draft Marvin Harrison Jr., get a extra draft picks. You got another top pick right there as well from your own pick. That's what the Bears should do. Chargers, Harbaugh. Yeah, I mean, everyone seems to think Harbaugh's going to the Chargers. I think Raiders maybe could make a play for him, but it also seems like Raiders might be fine rolling with Pierce because the players like him. I just don't know. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Who's going to win golf? Mitchell. I don't know. I have outrights on Spieth and Xander from before the tournament. They're both 2 shots back, I think. Hopefully, I really think Xander's going to win, and I hope he wins. Hopefully, we don't get screwed. I don't even know like who I would add on for today, like to try and ensure a win, because it's so much different than a normal tournament. But I'm really, really pulling for Xander to pull this out. Jeff, I think I like DK more than AJ Brown. Yoshi pivot from Kirk. Yeah, Yoshi's fine too. I don't know. Jamar Chase, don't know how much he's going to play. He could play the whole game. He could play half the game. I have no idea. Obviously, no T. Higgins. So yeah, I think Yoshi, interesting tournament play. Don't think I'd play him in cash, but interesting tournament play for sure. How would you rank Zay Jones, Wandale, Skowronek? Probably in that order, CJ. Agree. Fire Getsy, keep Fields, draft Marvin, and some O-line. Yeah, 100%, Eric. I think I like what the Bears are doing if they do that. I think I would be. I mean, I was pretty low on the Bears coming into this season. I think if they did what you just typed there, I would be high on the Bears coming into next season. I think they'd probably make the playoffs. Jelly Slayton, good tournament play. Good tournament play. Wouldn't play him in cash. He's came through for me twice, though. He came through for me on the Christmas Day slate, long touchdown. I had him last week, long touchdown. Can he score another long touchdown? I don't know. He's come through for me twice, though. London or JSN in cash? Scott, I would go. I guess JSN is. I would maybe try and find a way to get to Lockett, though, is what I think I would do. I know that's a price difference, but maybe you could downgrade defense or something. I would try and get to Lockett, I think. Khalil Herbert or Elijah Mitchell. I would not play Elijah Mitchell today. I just don't know how much he's going to play, so I would go Herbert based off of that question, Ethan. I read that Lockett has scored a touchdown in the last game of the season going back the past 5 seasons. That's pretty crazy. Good matchup, too, today against Arizona, so I could see that. If you guys have any last-minute questions, go ahead, drop them in. It's 11:30. I'm going to head out here in a couple minutes, go finish up my builds, get them posted for subscribers. If you want to sign up and sweat my lineups, ACs, Matt's, all of us, dfskarma.com/pricing. For that, still time to sign up. But any last minute questions, drop them in. Then I'm going to go figure out who I'm playing. Definitely will be playing definitely going to have a Justin Fields, DJ Moore team. Probably is my main tournament team, cash. I don't know. I'm going to have to mess around with it. I just don't want to play Nick Mullins. Dak or Fields in cash. I think both are fine, Brandon. I mean, if you have the money to get to Dak, I think that I'd probably go that, but completely fine with both. Could you see Bieniemy becoming coach? Yeah, I could see him just taking over in Washington, yes. At least for a season and like see how it goes. But definitely could see that. Chris Olave and Mullins are getting steamed. Yeah, Mullins is going to be the highest owned quarterback, I think, for sure. But I just don't. It's a different situation. I played him in cash 2 weeks ago. It was a different situation. They were benching Josh Dobbs to go to him, so it was his game. Now we're at a point where they tried Jaren Hall. They benched Nick Mullins last week, tried Jaren Hall. That didn't work. They had to bring Nick Mullins in at halftime. And then they already announced Josh Dobbs would be the backup to Nick Mullins today. So I think that it's like a good chance. Nick Mullins, if you look at his starts, turns the ball over. And there's a good chance if he turns the ball over, they just bench him and put Josh Dobbs in. I think that that's a realistic outcome. So I don't want to play a quarterback in cash that has like a really good chance of just getting benched. I don't see the point in that. Raiders, Jags, or Bengals D? Probably Raiders, honestly, CJ, of those 3. Favorite 5K receivers? I mean, Lockett's like in the 5K tier. I would say for cash, he would be my favorite. Or I would just drop down. Overall, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in to these streams every single week this season. Appreciate it. I will be obviously doing them next year. I'll have more content posted. If you guys bet on other sports, I'll have content up on the YouTube channel. Baseball, all that good stuff. I don't know if I'll be doing a stream next week because the games are split out, but I will have a video up for NFL DFS for the playoff slate as well. Brendan, Richie James, McBride, or Olave Munt DraftKings hatch. Give me the second one. Bo and Scott, thank you guys. Like I said, everyone that tuned in, really appreciate it. Had really, really good viewership this season. We'll be back next season doing the same thing. And like I said, I'll have more content, college basketball, all that good stuff. If you guys bet on other sports or you play DFS, baseball, all that stuff, we'll have content up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck in week 18. Hopefully you guys make some money.